Hey guys, Dan here, and welcome back to my channel, Investing with Dan. Today, I'm going to discuss with you the top 10 things I don't spend money on anymore in order to increase my savings. To tell you the truth, there are so many things out there that I used to buy regularly without even thinking twice about it. And while most of these items might only cost a small amount, over a long time they can really add up. Being smart with your money is an excellent idea, and eliminating unnecessary spending from your regular purchases can help you achieve your financial goals even sooner. As I'm sure you'd all agree, when you're trying to save money, every little bit counts. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. First up, we've got takeaway coffee. This is a huge money sink for a lot of people and can be a difficult habit to break. A lot of us out there, myself included, love to start their day at work with a quick stop at the coffee shop and getting a barista-made brew. Some of us even twice a day. On average, you pay around $5 for a decent coffee, and if you start every morning at work this way, that adds up to $25 a week, $100 a month, or $1,200 a year. Instead, what I've started to do is now make my own coffee at home. Not the instant powder kind, but the capsules. And I've cut my costs down to about 50 cents a cup. The second big change I made was not buying groceries on a daily basis. How many times have you been to the grocery store just to grab that one thing, and you've walked out an hour later spending over $100? Buying groceries every day almost guarantees you will overspend on your budget, especially if you go in hungry. My plan now is to go once a week with a prepared list that takes me about 10 minutes to write and saves me from impulse buying or forgetting products and having to make a return trip. It also allows me to bulk buy and meal prep my food for the week, leading to a healthier outlook on my waistline and my wallet. Coming in third, we have cable TV. In Australia, the main cable TV provider is Foxtel, and their subscription-based models come with crippling prices. They are strategically designed so that their most popular channels are spread across the different packages, meaning you have to buy all of them. This can set you back over $100 a month, and that's excluding all the setup costs and hidden fees. Once I switched over to a cheaper service like Netflix for only $10 a month, I cut my ties with cable TV for good, and honestly I have never looked back. Next up is bank fees. Before I learned a lot more about personal finance and budgeting, I never realized how the big banks might be taking advantage of me. I've been using arguably the biggest bank in Australia, Commonwealth Bank, ever since my parents had helped me set up an account when I was a child. Little did I know, this account paid an abysmal 0.05% in interest, but it was also charging me a $5 bank administration fee each month. After looking around at alternative banks, I couldn't believe how much I was being ripped off, and I have since swapped entirely and now receive a 1.5% interest rate and absolutely zero bank fees. The fifth item I no longer waste money on is pre-packaged or convenience food. Examples of these include pre-washed or sliced vegetables, diced chicken, and packet salads. Almost always, the whole version of the food will be much cheaper, and for the sake of chopping it up yourself, you can save quite a lot of money. The other day I was doing my weekly shopping, and I saw a small bag of pre-cut carrots at the supermarket, advertised for $3. Not breaking the bank, it's just $3, right? Well, that was for 300 grams, which meant those carrots were essentially being sold for $10 a kilo. On the other hand, a 1 kilogram bag of carrots was only $1.50. Now that's a huge difference if you ask me. Buying a bottle of water every time you go out can get really pricey and simultaneously has a negative impact on the environment. It is for these reasons that they've become the sixth item I no longer spend my money on. The fact that a 600ml bottle of water costs around $2 and is more expensive than a litre of fuel, averaging $1.30, is mind-boggling. Essentially, every time you buy a disposable water bottle, you're just paying for the plastic. Instead, I've chosen to invest in a reusable water bottle. and now I carry it around at work and fill it up from the water filter throughout the day. Not only is it good for my wallet, it's also good for the environment, so I class that as a win-win. Number 7, funnily enough, is haircuts. Now, I acknowledge that this might not be for everyone, especially all the females out there, but I'm a young male who's had generally short hair my entire life. Every time I went to the barber, I thought to myself, geez, that only took 10 minutes, and I'm sure I could do the same thing given the right equipment. And so that's what I did. I got myself a decent pair of clippers for $70 off the internet and started to shave my own head each month instead of doing the same thing at the barber's for $25. The clippers have already paid for themselves hand over hand after just a few trims, and I estimate that going to the barber, I was paying at least $300 total a year in haircuts. Coming in at number 8 is my mobile phone plan. In a similar fashion to how I was paying bank fees, my mobile phone plan was with the biggest provider, and I was paying way more than I needed to, about $40 a month. I found that if you were mostly in places with Wi-Fi, like home or the office, then there is no need to pay for an expensive unlimited data plan. Also, with messaging and calling apps such as Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, there is no need for the unlimited call and text either. Instead, I switched to a cheap prepaid plan and spent $30 that lasts me a good couple of months. Now, they say you have to be in it to win it, but the odds of winning the big jackpots on lottery tickets are why they are the 9th thing I no longer spend money on. The chance of winning the jackpot prize with a single ticket is about 1 in 9,483,167. With odds like these, it is much more beneficial to use the money that you would spend on a lottery ticket and instead invest it into diversified index options on the stock market, giving 9% average returns annually. At least that way, I won't be throwing my money away week after week. The last thing on my list is impulse buying items on sale. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would I not buy items on sale to save money? Well, to be more precise, I should say don't buy items just because they are on sale. There are many people, myself included, who would buy items just because they see that big 50% off sign. The fact is, if you don't want or need the item, then don't buy it. If you think about it, you can actually save 100% of your money by not purchasing the item at all. My usual technique is whenever I see an enticing item on sale, especially online shopping, before I go ahead and confirm the purchase, I will instead sleep on it and decide the next morning. Usually, this is enough time for me to realize I don't need the product, and then I'll just move on with my day with my savings intact. Well, that's it for today's video, covering my top 10 things that I've quit buying in order to increase my savings. Did you enjoy this video or learn something new? Be sure to let me know by leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. Not only does that keep you up to date with any future uploads, but it also helps the channel grow and motivates me to continue producing the best content for you all. Don't forget to leave a comment down below on what you found interesting or any ways you save money by cutting things out of your budget. Anyway, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.